Bonjour tout le monde, je suis la mademoiselle Alain et bienvenue à la classe de français pour cette semaine. Et voici mon kit de survie. So, hello everybody, it's Miss Allen here and welcome to your French class for this week. The title is Mon kit de survie, which means my survival kit, because the l'objectif, is talking about your survival kit, so the things in your bag, and using the verb avoir, which means to have, in the forms je, tu, il and elle. Alors, pour commencer, tu aimes? Écris une phrase pour chaque image, which means, do you like? And you need to write a sentence for each picture. So we've got a picture of a football, we've got a picture of a musical note, and a picture of a cat. So you might write down, j'aime les chats, I like cats. But you might also write down, je n'aime pas le foot, which means I don't like football. Or perhaps you might go one step further and say, j'adore la musique. So this is revising what we did last lesson. So pause the recording now to give yourself time to do that. 3 sentences. Okay, well done. How did you get on with that? Good. Okay, so dans mon kit de survie, in my survival kit, we want to talk about what we have in our bag, in our kit. So we need to use the verb avoir. Avoir means to have, but you can't do very much with the verb to have. You don't say I to have, you to have. You have to do something to the verb. So from avoir we get j'ai, which means I have. We get tu as, which means you have. And we also get il or elle a, which means he or she has. So we've got j'ai, tu as, il a, and elle a. Can you repeat that after me? J'ai. Très bien. Tu as. Super. Il a. Excellent. Elle a. Bravo. Super. Now, challenge number 1. How do you think you would say I don't have? If j'ai is I have, it's a bit of a tricky one. How might you say I don't have? And then challenge number 2, we've got a list of things that you might find in your pencil case or your school bag and the pictures of them. So challenge number 2 is to revise those things by matching up the French with the correct picture. So pause the recording now to give yourself time to do that, and then I'll go through the answers. Alors, les réponses, the answers. So, challenge number 1, I asked you, how do you think you'd say I don't have? And the answer is je n'ai pas. Now, that was hard. That was really tricky. So, if you didn't get it right, don't worry, but can you please write down the correct version? Can you copy down the red writing that says je n'ai pas and perhaps write equals I do not have or I don't have, because it's important that you know how to say that. If j'ai is I have, you need to also know how to say I don't have. Then, challenge number 2, I asked you to match up the French with the correct picture. So let's go through those. Number 1, G. Une trousse, which is a pencil case. Number 2, un stylo, except for some reason predictive text has put un style, but we know it should be un stylo. Un stylo was D and it's a pen. Number 3, un crayon. Un crayon was A because it's a pencil. Number 4, une gomme. Une gomme is a rubber, so it was J. Number 5, une règle. Une règle is a ruler, so it was C. Number 6, un cahier is an exercise book, so it was I. Number 7, un livre was a textbook or a reading book, so that's B, picture B. Number 8, une feutre. Une feutre is a felt pen or a marker pen, so it was F. And the last one, un agenda, is a diary or a planner, so it was picture E. So give yourself 9 out of 9 if you got those all right. I bet a lot of you did. Very well done, well remembered. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at is different things that you might have in your bag, in your kit de survie. Okay, so what do you think these words mean? The words in the yellow boxes. I want you to have a look at the pictures that go with each box to help you try and guess what those words are. Pause the recording now to have a little look at that before we take a closer look together. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's look a bit more closely. Dans mon kit de survie, j'ai, in my survival kit, I have, right, we've got un porte-monnaie, we've got des chips, une gourde, une barre de céréales. And then we've got a picture of a water bottle, a purse, a bag of crisps, and a cereal bar. I bet you can guess some of those. So let's have a look together. Un porte-monnaie is a purse. Okay, des chips is crisps, and une gourde is a water bottle, and une barre de céréales is a cereal bar. So I want you to pause the recording now and copy those down, just like you would in class when you write down new vocabulary. Okay, now the challenge is to write a sentence saying that you have a water bottle in your survival kit. I want you to use the title above to help you start your sentence. So you'll write Dans mon kit de survie, j'ai, and then you would write down the word for a water bottle in French. Well done. Pause the recording to do that. Okay, next picture. Dans mon kit de survie, j'ai... Okay, what have we got here? So we've got a picture of a camera, a memory stick, a mobile phone, and what looks like an iPod or an MP3 player. It's a very old looking mobile phone, isn't it? So try not to laugh too much. So you can probably match those up. Let's do it together. Une clé USB is a memory stick, and un appareil photo is a camera. Un portable is a mobile phone, and un EP3 is an MP3 player. Okay, sometimes they might say MP3, but it's likely that they'll call it an MP3. And then the challenge, once you've copied down that new vocabulary, is to write a sentence saying that you have a camera and a mobile phone in your survival kit. But can you remember the word for and in French? It's et. Okay, so you start with dans mon kit de survie, j'ai, and then you write the French for a camera, the French for and the French for a mobile phone. Okay, bonne chance. Pause the recording to give yourself time to do that. Alors, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai... Oh, we've got some new things here. So in the picture, we've got... what have we got? We've got a packet of tissues standing on its end, a glue stick, a pencil case with some highlighters poking out of it, some keys, and the big blue thing is the actual bag. Okay, so what do we think des Kleenex? Des Kleenex are Kleenex tissues, okay? So they've taken the brand name. So des Kleenex. Des clés. Well, des clés are some keys. And un bâton de colle, we often say this in class, is a glue stick. Une trousse is a pencil case. And avec des surlignes fluo means highlighters. But what's the avec bit? Well, avec means with. So une trousse avec des surlignes fluo means a pencil case with highlighters. Okay, so you need to copy those down, saying what they mean in English. And then, of course, there's a challenge. So the challenge this time is to write that you have a pencil case in your survival kit, but that you don't have a glue stick. So it's getting harder, isn't it? Can you remember the word for but? It's mais. Okay, well done if you remembered. So again, you start with Dans mon kit de survie, j'ai. And you're going to then put a pencil case in French. Then you're going to take this word for but in French. And then you're going to look right back at your notes from the start of this little lesson and say that you don't have. So in my survival kit, I have a pencil case, but I don't have in French. because you copied it down at the start, you were meant to, and then you're going to write down the French for a glue stick. Okay? And I'll tell you the answer later. So pause the recording now. Okay, last one. So, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai... Now, what have we got in this picture? So we've got a packet of tissues, a little mirror, a magazine, and some sunglasses. Okay, so what do we think these match up with? Which is which? Well, un paquet de mouchoirs is a packet of tissues. Might be easier just to say des Kleenex, because they even say Kleenex even if they're not Kleenex, even if they're just a non-branded pack of tissues. But a packet of tissues is un paquet de mouchoirs. Mouchoir, that's a good word, isn't it? And then we've got un miroir. Un miroir is a mirror. And then un magazine, well, that's a word that we've stolen from the French. So un magazine is a magazine. And then finally, des lunettes de soleil. Des lunettes de soleil is some sunglasses. So you need to copy down this little selection of vocabulary, and then your final challenge is to write me a sentence saying that you have a mirror in your survival kit and also a magazine. But can you remember how to say also in French? It's aussi. So you need to start with dans mon kit de survie, j'ai. So you're getting used to this now. Hopefully you're almost learning it off by heart. So dans mon kit de survie, j'ai, and then the French for a mirror, and then the French that I've given you for also or and also. You know how to say and now. And then the French for a magazine. Okay, pause the recording to get on with that little activity. Alors, les réponses, so the answers to the challenges. The first challenge I set you was to say in my survival kit I have a water bottle. So you should have written dans mon kit de survie, j'ai une gourde. The second challenge I set you was to write down in my survival kit I have a camera and a mobile phone. So it was dans mon kit de survie, j'ai un appareil de photo et un portable. Then I asked you in the third challenge to say, in my survival kit, I have a pencil case, but I don't have a glue stick, which is often the way. So you should have written, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai une trousse, mais je n'ai pas un bâton de colle. And then finally, I asked you to write down, in my survival kit, I have a mirror and also a magazine. So that was, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai un miroir et aussi un magazine. Bravo! Très bien! Woo! Super! Well done. Okay, you're working very hard. Nearly there. So, l'ordre d'importance. What do you think that title means? Écrit means that we're going to do some writing, but what's l'ordre d'importance? Okay, so l'ordre d'importance means order of importance. So you know when you've got stuff in your bag and you think, right, what's the most important thing in my bag? And then what's the least important thing? And then all the ones in between. So let's have a look at this. We've got essentiel, très très important, important, pas très important, pas du tout important. Okay, so it starts at the top and works its way down. Essentiel means essential, which means you can't live without it. Très très important means very very important. Très important means very important. Important is important. Notice they're really similar words, really similar. They're cognates, but it's important, if you'll excuse the pun, it's important that you pronounce important as important. Can you repeat after me? Important. Super. One more time. Important. Très bien. So now let's say the French for not very important. Pas très important. Super. And not at all important or not important at all would be pas du tout important. Très bien. Alors maintenant, défi 1. Mets les objets dans ton sac dans l'ordre d'importance pour toi. 6 choses. So challenge 1. Put the things in your bag in order of importance for you. 6 things. So I've only chosen 6 things because we've got 6 things on the list for order of importance, but also you may well have lots more things in your bag, but we'll be here all day if you do all of them. So just choose 6 things. Okay, I want you to use this as your example. Dans mon kit de survie, j'ai un portable. Pour moi, c'est essentiel. So in my survival kit, I have a mobile phone. For me, it's essential. So I've started at the top, I've picked the most important thing in my bag, and I think probably for you it's the same. Your mobile phone is your most important thing, and I've written a sentence about it. Okay, then I want you to write down something out of your bag that's very, very important, something that's very important, something that's important, something that's not very important, and something that's not important at all, so that altogether you have 6 sentences in French. Now, they'll be different for everybody, so I can't really go through the answers with you, but if you copy this structure, swapping the word importable for whatever it is that you're talking about, and essentiel for all the other things on the list of order of importance. Okay, now at the same time, challenge 2 is to add connectives. So you can really enhance your French by adding in the word and, but, and also. And hopefully you wrote those down from earlier. And you could also add opinions. So j'aime ça. J'aime ça means I like it. You could say j'adore ça if you wanted to. I love it. Or you could say je n'aime pas ça. I don't like it. So perhaps the thing that's in your bag that's not very important at all, you could then say je n'aime pas ça. I don't like it. Okay, pause the recording now to give yourself time to do that writing activity. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of listening now. Écoute. Écoute. Et mets les objets dans l'ordre d'importance pour Renaud. So listen and put the objects in order of importance for Renaud.
1. Alors, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai un portable. Pour moi, c'est important. Alors, dans mon kit de survie, j'ai un portable. Pour moi, c'est important. 2. J'ai un crayon. Pour moi, c'est essentiel. J'ai un crayon. Pour moi, c'est essentiel. 3. Ensuite, j'ai une règle. C'est très important. Ensuite, j'ai une règle. C'est très important. 4. J'ai un stylo. C'est très très important ça. J'ai un stylo. C'est très très important ça. 5. J'ai un MP3. Mais pour moi, ce n'est pas très important. J'ai un MP3. Mais pour moi, ce n'est pas très important. 6. Et dans mon kit de survie, j'ai aussi une calculatrice. Pour moi, ce n'est pas du tout important. Je suis fort en calcul. Et dans mon kit de survie, j'ai aussi une calculatrice. Pour moi, ce n'est pas du tout important. Je suis fort en calcul.
Okay, right. If you're a bit unsure of some of those, you're in control of the recording here. So go back, rewind, listen again. Go back and have a second listen at the ones that you need to, or a third listen. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to go through the answers now, though. Alors, les réponses. So, number 1, they mentioned un portable, which was the mobile phone, and it was picture number 4, and they described it as important. Okay, so D, important. Number 2, the next thing they mentioned was un crayon. Okay, so if you've done it this way, you might have written down that it was un crayon and it was A because they said it was essentiel. Number 3, they mentioned une règle and they said that their règle, their ruler, was très important, very important, so it was C. Okay, Then, number 4, they talked about un stylo, which is a pen, and said it was très, très important. So, very, very important, which would have been B. Number 5, they talked about the MP3 player, un MP3, and said that it was pas très important, so not very important, and that would be letter E. And then finally, number 6, they talked about picture number 5, which is une calculatrice, the calculator, and he said that it was pas du tout important, not at all important. And what he actually went on to say was, it's not at all important because I'm good at maths, I'm good at adding up, I'm good at calculating. Now, I think this was quite a hard activity. The French wasn't difficult to understand. I think you understood what you were hearing. It was how to access the activity and the way that the people who have made this activity have put it together. So, as well as those answers, I thought I'd do this for you just to see if I wasn't sure how you would have written down your answers. So I've done an order of importance. The most important thing for this person was their pencil. Then it was their pen, then their ruler, then their phone, then their MP3 player, and then finally their calculator. So interesting, hey, that their mobile phone, it comes after their pencil, pen, and ruler. I wonder if that would be the same as your list. Anyway, well done. Okay, next, a little bit of reading for you. We've got a bit of writing here by someone called Zara, and I want you to make a list in English of what's in Zara's survival kit. So read it through. Remember, when you do things like this, you don't have to understand every single word. Just get a gist for it. You're just looking for what's in her kit. So pick out the items and write them in English. Pause the recording now to do that. Okay, les réponses. I'm going to go through the answers now. So, things that Zara had in her survival kit. She had a pencil case, pencils, coloured pencils, doesn't matter what order you've got it in, it's fine. Felt pens, a rubber, a glue stick, a mobile phone, a water bottle, a sandwich, and no sweets. So if you've put sweets, you can't have the mark. If you've put no sweets, then you can have that mark. Okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for that. Well done. Okay, a little bit of writing for you. Écrit. I want you to choose a context. So perhaps camping or in town or a sleepover or at the beach or a football match, and write what would be in your survival kit. So use the example below to help. So this person has chosen to write about camping, and they've written dans mon kit de survie pour le camping. So in my survival kit for camping, j'ai une corde, une tablette de chocolat, un sac de couchage, une tente et un pull. So some of those words you might not know, and they're specific to camping. So they've said that they would have, j'ai une corde. Une corde is a rope. Une tablette de chocolat is a bar of chocolate. Un sac de couchage is a sleeping bag. And une tente is, can you guess? Yep, it's a tent. And un pull is a jumper. So once you've chosen what your context is, and you've decided what you would need in your survival kit, you are going to have to look some of those things up. So by all means, do use Google Translate for that. Please don't use Google Translate for the whole thing, because it's quite obvious to French teachers when you've done it all using Google Translate. Just try and use the structures that you've learnt this lesson. Look back over your notes, and then do take a photo of your work and send it to me or your French teacher. Only send it to me if you're in my French class, obviously. Send it to Mrs. Hart or Mr. Scognamilio if you're in their French class. Okay, now we're going to play a game. So, Lotto! I know you love this, and we play it in class. So I want you to write down any 4 of the survival kit items, and I will say 10. So I might not say your 4 because there's more than 10 items altogether. So just cross off your item as if I say it, and then let me or your French teacher know how you did when you submit your work. Let us know if you won Lotto. Okay, so pause the recording now to write down your 4 items, and then I will start announcing my 10 items and we'll see how you do. Okay, you ready? Here we go. First thing. Un porte-monnaie. Un porte-monnaie. Okay, second. Un portable. Un portable. Okay, third one. Un miroir. Un miroir. Okay, next one. Fourth one. Un magazine. Un magazine. Number 5, fifth one. Des sheep. Des sheep. Okay, so I've done 5 so far. I've said un porte-monnaie, which is a purse. I've said un portable, which is a mobile phone. I've said un miroir, which is a mirror. I've said un magazine, which is a magazine. And then I've just said des sheep, which means crisps. Okay, so number 6. I wonder if you've got any crossed off yet. Exciting. Okay, 6th one. Un bâton de colle. Un bâton de colle. Number 7. Un paquet de mouchoirs. That's my favourite one. I'll say it again. Un paquet de mouchoirs. Okay, next one. Une barre de céréales. Une barre de céréales. Okay, next one. Un MP3. Un MP3. And then the last one. Des Kleenex. Des Kleenex. Okay, so the last 5 that I've just said were, I mentioned une barre de céréales, which was a cereal bar. I said un bâton de colle, which is a glue stick. I said my favourite one, un paquet de mouchoirs, which was a packet of tissues. I also said an MP3 player, un MP3. And then finally I said des Kleenex, Kleenex. So that was your last 5. So, did I say all 4 of yours? Were you lucky? Did you win Lotto? Let us know when you submit your work. Okay, very well done. I hope you enjoyed that. So that just leaves me to say au revoir. Au revoir, and well done. You've worked very hard this lesson.